Hey, scrappy people, it's Tracy Reed here today, coming at you with the third installment in my 6x8 travel album, my Journey Home album, and today I'm going to be creating an insert out of vellum, and you can see that I did something I rarely do, and I pulled out my sewing machine. Right now I'm just sewing a straight line between before the holes, because I'm going to put a bunch of sequins in this vellum pocket that I'm creating. So I need to block off the holes so that the sequins don't escape. So I'm just double stitching a line down the side here. And I'm actually going to cut this vellum into a circle, and I got out a bowl to do it. I am old school. I am not going to be pulling out any sort of cutting machines because I am just too lazy for that, when a bowl and a pair of scissors will work just fine. So I'm going to trim this up, make sure that we've got it all clean edged. Then I will erase the lines and get out my sewing machine again. And the key here is to sew up the edge of the insert, but leave a place for you to put in your sequins. So I should have left just a little more space, but I end up leaving just enough space to put some sequins in. So I'm going to stop right here. And then I'm going to use another piece of vellum as like a little funnel. Got out my glitter and my sequins, and I decided that black, white, and red would be perfect for my sequin mix because it matches the colors of my photo plus the colors of the two inserts that are on either side of this vellum insert. So I'm going to use a little piece of vellum as a funnel, and I'm just going to empty this one completely because I just had like this random sequin mix there that I needed to get rid of, basically. I'm going to use these little XOXO confetti mix that I got from the Target dollar spot one time, and then I'm going to put in some glitter. You don't want to overstuff your pocket, but you do need to have enough that, it makes a visual impact. So now I'm going to close up the rest of this. Dun, da, da, da. Perfect. And I'm going to build my cluster like over the place where the stitching like stops and ends, so I'm not too concerned about making it look perfect. Also, I'm not too concerned about making anything look perfect ever, so that's really helpful when you're doing things like this. So I'm just mixing up the sequins so that they're not all clustered together. So this photo is of me shopping. I took a dress with me to go to the wedding, but it was silk and it got super wrinkly, and my only option with silk is to take it to the dry cleaner to have them get the wrinkles out. It even says on it no steam irons, no nothing. So because that was my only option, I didn't have time for that, so I just went to the mall to buy myself a new dress. So this was a couple of dresses that I was considering. I ended up going with the black one. I really liked the red one too, but it was actually too big. That was a small and it was too big, and it was super weird that a small was too big. So I ended up getting the black one, which I adore that dress, and I want to like just wear it to go get coffee. I love it so much. This photo that goes on the other side, while I was shopping, I had lunch with my high school bestie, who I love and adore so much. She came out and had lunch with me while I was shopping, and so we took a little selfie, of course. I saw her again later in the week, so I just needed a place for that selfie, and I didn't need to. I have the journaling and stuff about how much I adore her later in the album, so it's just a fun little place for that selfie. Again, these are just like two random tiny stories that needed to be, well, I mean, they don't need to be, but I wanted them to be in the album, but I didn't want to dedicate like an entire pocket to them or try and make them fit somewhere else. So they got their own little cute insert. This is really helpful for when you don't have a ton of journaling as well. So I went to go find some stuff to embellish these pages. So while I did that, I had put it back in the album. I'll take it out in a second again. Trimming this down, this is just an old piece of paper that happened to have lines on it. I think it's from Simple Stories I Am collection, it looks like. I just keep these things in like a little label box for just in case, you know, later on down the line, I just happened to need this pink paper to journal on, so it was perfect. And then the black and white side looks great on the other side as well. So that works out great. So I'm actually going to use some Happy Planner stickers because there's ones in here that reference shopping and me time and stuff. And so because I've been using my Happy Planner a lot, I remembered that they were in there. So I'm going to add to the title shopping, and I'm just going to put wedding in there. These are Cocoa Daisy stickers. Luckily with the Cocoa Daisy products, I always get a ton of little letter stickers, so that's really helpful. So wedding shopping. And I have these are also from the Cocoa Daisy kits. They're Kaiser Craft pearls, and I want to use them just as some decoration here. These little ones are just slightly more purple than the dress that I'm wearing, but I didn't care. It matched fine. So I just put them in each corner. Now I need to work on this side, and I'm going to place this journaling spot right over that banner so that it's kind of centered on the banner. Needs to be trimmed though. This is again is just another piece of paper that happened to have a journaling label spot on it. So on the other side you can see that it's like butterflies. But you can't really see through the vellum and the sequins too terribly, so it doesn't really matter what's on the other side because you can't see it. So another Happy Planner sticker says lunch date. And I'm going to add these alphas that say bestie. And I'm going to put bestie vertically down this black paper, this black mat. And you can see I used cards, they're actually Cocoa Daisy cards, that said like August 2019 and stuff like that. So I just used them for the colors that they were because I knew that August 2019 had already passed and I've already scrapbooked it as far as my dated inserts will go. So these were just sort of extra photo or extra cards that needed to be used. I didn't want them to go to waste. So I'm going to add in a couple of decorative staples. And I was really feeling like I needed something here to make it more interesting. I love when other people do more simplistic clusters, but that's just not who I am. It's just not me. So I'm going to add this twine here, and then I'm going to grab some Simple Stories die cuts, and I'm going to use these vintage ones, and I'm going to add some butterflies to this side. Trying to go with the sort of color scheme. I like that. And then on the other side, I'm going to add a couple of florals, and I think a butterfly goes on that side as well. And I like that a lot better. It's a lot more pretty, feminine, adds just a little touch that I felt like it needed to finish off the page, and we are good to go. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. And if you don't already, You can follow me over on Instagram. I am at Tracy M. Reed, and I would love to see you over there as well. All right, thank you.